Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about functions in Python. So let's get started. First, we are going to be going over the overview of today's video. So first we have our function introduction. So what are functions? Now we're going to be going over the function syntax. So like what's the code for functions or what's like the basic format for functions. Now we're going to be learning how to call a function in our program. And then we're going to be going over arguments and parameters. So let's get started. So first, what are functions? Functions are blocks of code that are defined by the user. You can use pieces of code over and over again without having to write it out many times. They can be used only when they are called within the program. So function is basically essentially like a block of code that you can define that you can use over and over again. And like an example of this is a calculator. For example, when they press the addition button in your calculator, it'll add the numbers. Or if they press the subtraction button, it'll subtract the numbers. So that would be a function, and then you could put your own code in to like specify what that function would do. And then after that, you can just put the name of the function over and over again without writing the code out over and over. And here are some like diagrams that you can just like click the link below in the description, and you can find the slideshow and access these whenever you want. So the basic function syntax. So to define a function in Python, we use the def keyword. So define my function parentheses colon. So we give our function a name, and usually in Python functions, programmers use only lowercase. And if needed to like separate the words, they'll just use underscores. And then at the end, you use parentheses, and that's where your parameters will go, and we'll learn about that later. But that's where the parameters will go, and then you add a colon, and then everything after that is like your function and like the code for your function. So calling a function. So now you created your function, but how you call it? Because if you create your function, it's not gonna do anything. Like it'll add no like use to the code. You have to call your function to actually have that function work in your program. So to call a function, you use the function name with parentheses right after it. This enables you to use your function. If you don't call a function, it'll never work. So we have the define my function, print hello, and then right after, like in note, this is not in the function because there is no indentation. So here we have my function, parentheses, and this is where your argument will go. Again, we'll learn about that in the coming slides, but this is usually where your argument will go. And then our output is a hello because we printed, or we called this function, so we will get an output. Now, if we were at this stage and we didn't call it, nothing would happen. There would be like no hello, no nothing, because we didn't call it yet. So that is calling a function. Now, arguments. So information can be passed into functions as arguments. Arguments come after the function name inside the parentheses when defining a function. Here's an example of it. So we have define my function fname, print fname plus Smith, and you can see there's a space here. And then after we have my function Will, my function Sam, my function John. So the function is we have our like function define and then print, and then this is what it'll do. So when you call it, it'll put this name in front of Smith. So then you can see right here we have Will Smith, Sam Smith, John Smith. So here are those are some examples of arguments. And now parameters. So parameters are very frequently confused with arguments, and people think there's something different, or there's some difference between them, but it's literally the same thing. The only difference is that parameters are when you're defining a function. So these would be your parameters right here. This would be the parameter, and then these would be the arguments right here. So you can see right here we have a little diagram. So these are the parameters. And then when we're calling our function and we have the parentheses again, these are the arguments. So the argument is a value that is sent to the function when it is called, and the parameter is the variables listed inside the parentheses when defining a function. So those are parameters and arguments. So now to review, we learned about functions and like its introduction. We learned about the function syntax, so like the basic format in Python. Then we learned about calling functions and like how to call a function in our program. Then we looked at arguments and parameters and like what are the differences between them, what are they, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So it was a really short video, but it was just like an intro to functions in Python so you can get like a feel of it, because functions are really important when it comes to Python and all programming languages in general. So guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below what other coding topics you want me to like go over and review. Share this video with your friends and family if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel and also click the notification bell so you'll be notified when more videos are posted. So thanks again for watching Coding for Kids, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!